Spoilers present, bitches, for Ant-Man 1 and Thor Ragnarok. If you wish to skip through the video, this video will be segmented with time codes. Please pay attention. Please note there is spoilers present in some of these sections, and I still hope you enjoy this video. I will now talk about Ant-Man 1, the quality of the first movie, and my overall experience with Ant-Man in general. Time to go subatomic with section 1. I really don't know jack shit about Ant-Man from the comics. Granted, I did see the original movie directed by Peyton Reed, and I think a lot of people kind of feared the director shift because there was going to be a director who was very talented that was going to be helming Ant-Man, which is Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright worked on movies like Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and Baby Driver. Baby Driver was fantastic. It was a great movie, and I encourage people who haven't seen those movies to look into the work of Edgar Wright. They feared the director shift because they thought that the movie was going to decline in quality when it comes to the fan base getting skeptical about MCU movies, but I did enjoy the original Ant-Man movie. Granted, it is a small scale movie. Granted, it does have problems, but I did watch it, and overall I thought it was pretty cool, even though the villain of that movie was so forgettable, like a lot of villains that happens to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But apparently Eric Killmonger is going to make an impression on Black Panther, but I will talk about that later because that is another time and another day. From what I know about Ant-Man, he is a criminal, Scott Lang, who was recently released from prison, and I believe that he tried to go back home, have a normal life with his daughter, but he had to eventually resort back to crime because I think his criminal record refrained him from getting jobs, and his life was pretty shitty. There he goes on a robbery attempt that becomes botched, and he meets up with Hank Pym, who was the preceding Ant-Man character, and I think his wife got lost in subatomic space. That's the whole big plot point with Hank Pym, and he encourages Scott Lang to become the Ant-Man and try to help him understand his purpose in being this sort of protector for his family, for trying to be a successor to Hank Pym. Being the Ant-Man for Scott Lang was basically his second chance. It's a lot of stuff going on in that movie. I think the best bits in the original Ant-Man, in my personal opinion, was the fact that Scott Lang was trying to infiltrate the Avengers Tower, and there was Falcon there, and they got into a bit of a brief scuffle. I like the final fight with the entire fact that these guys were shrinking, fighting on a small scale level. You had toys, action figures. It was a larger than life set piece that was really crazy, and I enjoyed that. And then I think that the criminal, the Mexican Latino guy, whatever, he was telling these long exaggerated stories. It was quite funny because everyone has that friend that talks way too fucking much, and I kind of enjoyed that. But like I said, the movie is small scale. It is very standalone. Ant-Man, according to everything that it does, if you were to notice Ant-Man as a movie that drifts way too far from the MCU connection, the MCU connective tissue, then I wouldn't be surprised, because that movie really has barely any connections with a lot of Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. It really doesn't world build like a lot of movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that might be seen as a little bit disappointing, but that did not hinder my enjoyment. As I said, my favorite scene is the Falcon fight, but other than that, it felt like the ending really didn't lead to much other than the fact that it confirmed that Scott Lang was going to stay as Ant-Man, and once again he shows up later on in Civil War. That's about it. It really didn't feel like it had enough weight to the mix of having him go from movie to movie like the other characters. Even Thor Ragnarok kind of stated and set things up for Thor with Avengers Infinity War, with Thanos blowing the shit out of the Asgardian ship, and once again this terrible situation led to some sort of consequence and repercussions. Thor is going to obviously be pissed at Thanos for killing half of the Asgardian fleet. I don't know who's alive like Korg and everyone else, but I'm pretty sure the basic people are dead, considering the fact that if you watch the Avengers Infinity War trailer, you'll see a slew of dead bodies, which I assume is the aftermath of that crash. It's some pretty dark stuff, man. Can't wait to see this confrontation between Thor and Thanos in the movie, and I think in the previous teaser trailers that they showed is going to happen, because there's a scene where Thanos is grabbing Thor's head. He's like, I had enough of you, I had enough of this shit, get your eye patch sneak Plissken ass out of here. And I can't wait for that confrontation. I'm getting too hyped up now. So that's how small scale Ant-Man really feels. He's just there, in my opinion, from what I see. Anyway, this discussion has gone on for way too long. I'm a fucking motor mouth. Let us approach the second segment where we actually react to the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer. Hopefully it's entertaining, but we will definitely see, and then we will have a discussion prior to everything that we did see and close out the video from there. Oh.
I just have one question. When Cap needed help.
Oh, hey, some flashbacks to Civil War. That's pretty cool.
We'll never know.
Stop that bitch. Oh shit, they are pumping up the music already. And this man is under house arrest?
They pay the price.
Thanks to you, we had to run.
Oh shit, he shrunk the building. That's pretty fucking funny. Oh, he uses it as a book bag. Oh my god. Lawrence Fishburne. Lots of action here. I like it. Lots of subatomic. Going small.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back.
Okay, the Wasp is kicking a little ass here. Oh, I love that! It reminds me so much of the original test footage of Ant-Man where he's going small and punching the two agents.
So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me?
No, I did.
Yes, fuck you. Hank Pym's like, fuck you. Alright. Is that a Hello Kitty Pez dispenser? Are you fucking serious? A fucking Hello Kitty Pez dispenser. Alright, so that was a fun little romp. It seems like Ant-Man and the Wasp is still going to be small scale fun. Like, it looks like the entire basis of this movie is going to be centered around wacky moments like the Hello Kitty Pez dispenser, the whole fact of people going small. The Wasp obviously is going to be a giant benefactor to this movie, considering the fact that she has some kick-ass action scenes. I pretty much enjoy that. I just can't wait to see it. Obviously, I'm probably missing something, so I'm going to go back and actually watch this trailer again and see if I pick up on anything, and then I will report back and have a small, brief discussion. I noticed in the dialogue and in the preceding events of the trailer that they showed that they're setting up the fact that Scott Lang and the crew are on the run after Civil War. That shows the connective tissue that I was talking about earlier that I felt that Ant-Man 1 kind of lacked when it came to the end game of that movie. This is the basis of this movie in particular, and I like that. Those particular events are no big surprise, really, considering that Scott Lang also supposedly gets captured midway through this movie. Hope Van Dyne, the daughter of Hank Pym, will obviously get more screen time as the Wasp, considering that this movie is a blend of romantic action comedy. It means that the dynamic between her and Scott Lang is going to be a noticeable factor in this movie. Hope Van Dyne is also a beast. She has blaster guns on her hands and she has synthetic wings, which Scott Lang gets a little bit jealous about, considering the fact that he queries Hank Pym about these upgrades not being present in the Ant-Man suit. But personally, can you really blame his ass? Who doesn't want blaster guns on their goddamn hands in their life? The mysterious villain of this movie is actually an Iron Man character going after Scott Lang by the name of Ghost. Ghost is a superhuman anarchist who has a desire to punish corporations. Ghost has the ability to become invisible and even untouchable at will, to put these abilities in layman's terms. Ghost is also a skilled hacker as well, which probably puts all the Wash Dolls characters to fucking shame, considering what she does. In the Marvel Comics, Roxxon hired Ghost to drive a rival company into bankruptcy. Roxxon has their fingers in nefarious deeds here or there behind the scenes. Even in the MCU, Roxxon Corporation has done some shit like associate themselves with the Hand, etc. It's not confirmed if Roxxon will show up in Ant-Man and the Wasp, but they are confirmed to have a presence in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, considering the fact that they are referenced in Daredevil Season 2 and Iron Man. It'll be interesting to see if they weave any conspiracies from those respective television shows, from those respective movies. Obviously, the biggest change to Ghost is that she's a female now. The original counterpart was a male. It seems like Marvel has some excessive trait with gender bending a lot of key side characters and shit. I think this happened with the character of the Ancient One was changed from a male to a female. It really doesn't bug me that much, even though I hate forced diversity, but you have to understand that Ghost is a character from Iron Man that's not really relatively known, so it really doesn't matter. It's a key side character. If it was a main character like Iron Man or something, I would be fucking steaming pissed, but I'm going to give it a shot, considering that I can see why they did this. They really wanted to do a female villain, and Hela wasn't really that bad. Hela wasn't that bad at all in Thor Ragnarok. I'm waiting to see what they do with it. If it's a character that I can resonate with, then I can accept that change. If it's something like the Mandarin from Iron Man 3, then I got a fucking problem. That's terrible. Don't do that ever again. Until then, this is Renegade Operative signing off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my discussion piece on Ant-Man. That's the information that I gathered after watching the trailer again. If I see anything else, I might do another discussion on Ant-Man entirely. No, I think I'll just work on more reviews, because I kind of want to do more reviews in the future, so look forward to that. I'm going to be reviewing Batman Gotham by Gaslight. I will be writing that up tonight, so look forward to that. I will see you guys later. Peace.